Gentlemen, welcome back. Yesterday I spoke to what we resist persists. What we resist persists. I'm going to stay along those lines in that theme because I wanted to talk about what that is and how important that is to me. Hi, I'm Jesse, and this is the Valiant Lifestyle, and I bring you supportive and awesome information, especially when it comes to being useful and what resonates. There are many of us men who go day to day, and I find that the more we get when it comes to feeling supported, it means the world because we're all going through little bits of everything, and some of us men are going through similar things. So here's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to talk about what we resist persists, but with a little flair. If you haven't already, and this is your first time watching my channel, I'd like to welcome you, and I want to invite you to signing up, to subscribing. Just hit the little bell notification where my finger was just now, and hit the all notification, hit the all button, and that will let you know when all of my videos become available. You will get notifications at that time. Let's go. Okay, so what we resist persists. So for me, it's been 3 years. It's been 3 years, more than 3 years actually, a little bit longer. And I want to tell you about this. I use my elbows quite a bit in some of the treatments that I do with my clients. My elbows are the utmost value to me. And when it comes to keeping them sound and keeping them feeling really, really good, I aspire to doing that. Now, my right elbow has had some dull pain and some issues, and I've noticed that. And it's persisted for about 3 years. And you might be saying, Jesse, you're one of these guys that talks about how important it is to make sure you understand that that is something that you've got to address and not leave it and let go long. Yeah, you're right. I know. I did that, and I'm calling myself out. But here's what I did. Yesterday, the pain was a bit too much. And it's that dull pain that I've been not nursing, not any sort of victim-like mentality, but I've been carrying this emotion of an event that happened in my life. 3 years ago, my wife and I were organizing our pantry in a kitchen with all the things that are in there. And we had just moved in together. And something happened where there was a plastic shelf that was placed on the floor. And I got a little complacent, and when I walked over a couple of bags of food supplies and baking supplies, my foot got caught inside this plastic shelf, and shoo, my feet went out from under me, and down on my elbow I went. But I didn't just go down on the floor. I went down on top of a can of coconut milk. Yeah, and I bent part of the rim downward. I would say about a third of the rim downward. Yeah, you should see the other guy. So it hurt, but there was so much shock in that moment. And there was a moment there with my wife that I had where it was in awe. And I had to go pick up my daughter. So I didn't really get time to process that pain, that emotion. So what happened? As time went on, it started growing a little bit. It started to become growing. I mean, the pain in there started to increase bit by bit until finally yesterday, Jesse said, enough of this. So I went and I got some treatment from my colleague and got some Cellsonic. And those of you who don't know, this is a marvelous machine. It takes 25,000 volts of electricity, and it's enrobed in the frequency of love, 528 hertz. And it goes into that love harmonic, and it makes the shock head, it delivers a shock, creating micro tears and fractures in bone and tissue. Well, what does that do? It brings about thousands of stem cells. So I took a couple in the, I took a few pulses in the elbow yesterday. Finally, today it feels so much better, so much better. And I'm so much more relieved that I had done that I made the decision to do it. Now, what kept me from doing that? My mindset, putting it off. But also, when I consider my health a priority, there are moments that I have where I got to consider things like that and not negate them. And I'm going to do better at that. Yeah, more than 3 years too long. So what is it for you? What is it for you when it comes to things like this, where you say that you treat your health as your number one priority? And yeah, you eat mostly well, but you don't. And your health is actually number two because, gee, I can't afford to go do that treatment. I can't afford to make sure I eat that food, that good, clean, organic food. I can't ensure that I go to the doctor and fulfill that prescription because I don't have medical care or benefits or other. See, we afford ourselves all these excuses as to why we can't look after our health. So guess what? We don't really think we're number one. We become number two, and our health takes the poo. So, what is it when you look at who you are and how you're treating your health? And is the first thing that you think about a dollar figure? Or no, I can't do that. I can't do that. That would be, oh, that's going to take a dent in the bank account. Or, oh, no, I don't want to be off work for that long because I can't afford to not be off for 2 to 3 days or be out of commission. I mean, I've got hockey, I've got baseball, I've got soccer, I've got to shoot pool, man. And my Tuesday nights are much to do when it's that. We just make so many excuses for our health. We make so many excuses. But here's the thing. Your body's going to keep score of that. Your body's going to keep score of that. And if you don't do anything about it now, you're going to pay for it later. You will pay for it later because it will tell you. Your body will add that up, that emotional distress, and it becomes locked in a pain point, in a calcification, crystallization. And that's something that I see many men coming through my doors, and they want to unlock that pain because they're done with it. But what I do is I have to put them through the ropes of going through, because they've got nowhere to hide when it comes to, you got to deal with your pain right now. You want this gone, you got to deal with your pain right now. You can't run from it anymore. So that's what we do. We look after it. But I guarantee my work. And I love what I do. So what is it that you are putting off? What is it that you were putting off and you really got to get to? And if it's something that I can help you with, if it's something that you just want to reach out to a brother like myself and go, hey, Jesse, what do you think of this? I would advise you to go to thevaliantlifestyle.com and then hit the little red button that says book your discovery call now. That will link you to my scheduler, and then you book your 30-minute discovery call with me. Just do it. Stop making excuses for your health now. Stop making excuses for you and just do it. Get the emotions, put the emotions aside, and do the thing that you want to do that's going to be good for you. And talk to a brother. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching. Let's do this.